But here he is. He's hurt. Torn bicep. You heard Denny say it. Denny apparently at the same house show saw that, noticed that. It hasn't been publicized. I think Brown has tried to keep it under wraps, which is, I understand. You don't want your opponents targeting it. Denny knows it. Now the world knows it. And you see that arm bandage. Sean Denny's going to dismantle him. This is it. It's over.
I'll tell you what.
The bottom of the food chain for Blade Brown.
Well, I'll tell you what. Maybe that right bicep injury is good for Denny, but what ain't good for Denny is the left bicep looks still intact, as do the quadriceps, as do the lats, as do the pecs, and every muscle group otherwise on Blade Brown. So,
well, it only takes one opening for a guy like Sean Denny to take you out.
Agreed. I would agree. And ladies and gentlemen, joining us here at the broadcast position, quite honestly, ABT, you got to agree. In my estimation, the most beautiful piece of hardware in our sport today, Big Blue.
Big Blue might be around the waist of the man with the green and pink hair there, Sean Denny.
We'll see.
Blade throws him with the other arm. Look, like you said.
That left bicep is certainly intact, ladies and gentlemen, as he easily dispatches Denny to the far corner, and Denny is incredulous.
I mean, the worst thing Sean Denny can do is underestimate Blade just because he's hurt. We both know how that's going to go, Fleener.
Shin kick now to the left hamstring.
Swing and a miss. Now Denny chops against.
Chop from the challenger.
Again with a chop.
Measuring him again for a second chop. Hey, look.
Denny, look at this. Denny taking too much time posturing Blade Brown.
Looks like the left shoulder's working properly, ABT.
And Blade, Denny said earlier that Blade was going to be trying to be a hero, and he's not wrong, but the question is, can Brown do it?
One arm, ABT.
Crosses Denny.
Arm.
Just throws Denny.
Top of the food chain indeed.
You would think he was throwing a javelin as an Olympic sport as far as he threw Denny across the ring.
I guarantee you. Every time you see Blade, it seems like another muscle group has been enhanced.
Well, Blade Brown is one of the most athletic competitors we've ever seen here at MATW. He's one of the most athletic wrestlers I have ever seen anywhere. This guy, he's a former football player. He works out every day. Look at this.
Look at on the far side of the ring. Denny's running buddy over there.
Denny now weighing his options and just dismantles Blade Brown.
And taking a little too much time.
That's beautiful. That's smart. You know what, Fleener? You can talk all day long. Tell me that wasn't smart. Tell me it wasn't a smart move.
It was very smart. No doubt about it.
Thank you.
Only for a very brief instant.
Look at this, Denny. Look at that.
Very unwisely, Blade Brown directed his attention to Man of War.
Well, now Denny needs to get in the ring.
Who in their right mind wouldn't?
But look, that's a 6 count. Denny needs to get him in the ring. Denny rolls in.
Ring himself, and referee Todd Myers.
He doesn't want the count out. Look at that. Man of War.
And of course, from this vantage point, we can't really see what's happening.
Look, Blaze got one shot in and walked away. I appreciate that. That's the kind of guy you should aspire to be, you know? Get your shot in. Don't get your hands dirty. Just get your shot in and walk away.
Sure. When your opponent least expected it, big boot now to the forehead of your reigning champ. Followed by a big fist and another. And a third now from Sean Denny.
Denny has absolutely rocked Blade Brown. The champion is in trouble as we got to cover one. Denny knew that wasn't going to get the job done. It's just to mock him.
I think it was just maybe to catch his breath.
Now, I'm going to be honest, Fleener. He's tearing at that bicep.
Yep.
I don't think mocking Blade Brown is a good idea.
Never.
Blade trying to get this crowd behind him. They love him.
See the song Bad Leroy Brown. There's things you just don't do. And I would say mocking Blade Brown is probably in the top 5 of those.
It's foolish. Blade ended Doug Delicious' title reign. Wait, cover. 1, 2. Blade managed to beat Doug Delicious after no one else could.
And in short order. It was a back and forth contest, certainly for the first couple of moments.
But look at this. Blade. Drop kick.
Double drop kick now.
He's still holding that bicep, Fleener. He hasn't stopped. He's basically wrestling with 3 limbs.
And that are the earmarks, ladies and gentlemen. those are the earmarks of a fighting champion. Regardless,
Look at this, look at this.
life or limb.
Oh,
This is a man who knows the importance of who he is and what he represents. Ladies and gentlemen,
Sean Denny, look at this.
Denny now.
Being just beaten from pillar to post right now by a
With
man.
one arm.
By a one-armed man. Oh, wait. Up and over goes Denny. Oh, hit him with that high knee.
Yes, he did. And it
Another
was quite
cover hook, so like 1, 2.
Only 2. Denny can't believe it. I'm a little struck by it myself.
It's gone by in the match. 5 minutes.
Denny thought that was it, Fleener.
Ladies and gentlemen, you of course are watching MATW Live. We thank you so very much for loaning us a little of your time. And what better time spent than watching a match of this caliber?
Oh.
Wow.
Sean Denny with kicks.
Denny now. Looked like a Highland moccasin.
Denny taunting again. I think this is a bad idea.
It's quite stupid.
This is a waste. This is a waste of your time in there, Sean. You gotta use every moment. And look,
Like I said,
Blade caught him. Blade caught him.
Tugging on Superman's cape.
Look at that! Look at that pain in Blade Brown's face from that punch.
Yeah, but
he's still using it, Fleener.
Well, listen, as I just said, I alluded to the fact Blade Brown knows exactly who he is, what he represents, and why
he needs to be careful.
is here tonight.
He needs to be careful because he's going to make a misstep, and Denny's going to take that championship. Denny swings. Both men.
Huge kick now.
Blade Brown, look at that.
Boy, that reverse heel kick sent Denny abruptly to the mat, and now he is completely disheveled.
Blade Brown.
Following that up with a big splash is the champ. And now Denny whipped it to the far corner.
Went to the well one too many times. Blade Brown. Oh, tosses him with that vicious release German suplex. Denny is just a lump.
However, you cannot take your eyes off the fact that Blade Brown has been certainly nursing that right bicep.
Spear. Denny is toast. Cover 1, 2, 3.
That's
It's
it,
over.
ladies and gentlemen.
Here is your winner and still MATW Heavyweight Champion, Blade Brown.
Wow.
And you have to wonder with Hunter Blaze and man, where they're ringside looking with Denny.
This
could
cannot
get
be
dangerous.
good. I would agree.
But regardless, your
And
winner.
he brought the